Hello everybody, this is Cameron Snow with Danomics.com. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about where you can find data. Two motivations for this video. One is the Danomics Global Student Competition. I want to help you all find some tools and some data that you can use for the competition, but also for those of you that are in the oil and gas industry and maybe aren't aware of some of these sources, there are some really good places where you can find public data, so you don't have to go through vendors, buy expensive well logs, etc. And I've done a lot of data mining myself out of these sources, and you can get upwards of 30 or 40,000 well logs for free, production data for free. There's everything you need to do some very large scale studies out there for free, and it's available. It just takes a little bit of work. So I want to go through some of these sources. So first of all, here I'm starting off on a website that maybe those of you who are coders you have heard of before. It's called GitHub. And GitHub is normally where people share projects and code, but also people share data repositories and sources and all sorts of things here. And this particular GitHub is ran by a group called Software Underground, and it's called Awesome Open Geoscience. And so to find this page, all you need to do is Google Software Underground Awesome Open Geoscience, and you'll find their GitHub page. And so just to give you a feeling for some of what's in here, they have a section on software, a section on data repositories, some tutorials, etc. And so let's just scroll down and take a look at it, because some of this stuff you probably don't know is out there, but it's some really powerful software, especially if you're a student. There is a large array of open seismic interpretation software, and this ranges for everything from just basic tools to help you get things like seg-y data in and out, to actually full-scale interpretation, or seismic modeling kits. So we have some information there. Here in the well log section, you'll see there's some tools here that I really like. There's some that I use quite a bit myself, such as LAS.io. It just basically helps you read and write LES data in and out in Python. There's Welly, there's Striplog. There's a web app for looking up curve mnemonics. There's even some interpretation packages like PetroDB, which are quite good. These are by no means commercial software. You have to be comfortable getting into the code to use them. But I know a lot of you are comfortable doing some technical computing on your own and some coding, and these are great tools that you should take the time to learn. And a whole bunch of other toolkits out here, geostatistics toolkits, geochemistry toolkits, things to help you visualize geological data, all the way to things like, there's a full open source, 100% free seismic interpretation package called OpenDetect, QGIS. It is essentially a free version of a GIS system that's very similar to ArcGIS. So a lot of things like that are quite powerful. In terms of data, they have some good repositories here that they've linked to. They have a data set from Northwest Australia that includes 3D seismic data, as well as some well logs and reports. They have the UK National Data Repository. You do have to register for that, but once you're in, the data's free. You've got some other data sources here for GIS data, seismic volumes, etc. So some good data repositories there that you can take a look at. So Awesome Open Geoscience is definitely a good place to start to get. Okay. Another place that I like to send people to is to the USGS. And the USGS, they don't publish necessarily a lot of data themselves, but what they do publish is a lot of resources to help you find data. So if you search for USGS and then state well data, you'll be able to find this links to the state well data, and basically for all the major oil and gas commissions here, they have links. So we have links to Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, etc. So you have links to a lot of those there. You know, there's varying amounts of data in each of these, so you just got to look around a little bit. You know, don't be afraid to do some searching. If you go out and Google different gas commissions, you can find those very easy. So here's the Wyoming Oil and Gas Commission. If we click on this link here, takes us to their website. You know, they have a number of updates on there, but most importantly, if you come over here and say data and click on that, it's going to open up a new tab for you. But then you see there is just a whole slew of data here, and if we click on wells, you know, it allows us to search by a number of different ways here. So you can search by area, API number, etc. You can also come over here. They have a download section where you can come in here and you know, find a lot of different pieces of data, including LAS data in here. You'll also find wellheader data. You can find tops data. So a lot of different pieces of data in here. So actually, the Wyoming Geological, the Wyoming Oil and Gas Commission is one of my favorite places to come look for data. Here we go. So here they have a link called logs. You can search for LAS files, and you know, the map just comes up populated. You know, you can come here, click on a spot, and click on that, and it takes you to this, and you know, it tells you where you can get the logs. You can find the LAS files right here, and you can download those logs just by clicking on it. So you know, that's how you can go through and sorry, first I accidentally clicked on the TIFF image, and this one now I've actually clicked on this, and you know, we can just pop that open, and here you can see we have a standard LAS file, a lot of information in there, and this is the type of data that you'll need to have to start doing your analysis for the student competition here. Okay, so just a few other sources. Once again, Google Colorado oil and gas well data. First thing that comes up is the Colorado Oil and Gas Commission, and here we've got their information system. And once again, you can come down through here, a lot of stuff you can find. So if we click on downloads, you know, they have a lot of information here, shape files, production data, things like that. You know, if you want well data, I believe there's kind of a different repository for that, but you can get it from here as well. So a lot of well data available to you here. And then finally, one of my favorite sources, because of the thoroughness of it, is the Kansas Geological Survey. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab here. And this is just an amazingly powerful tool. So a lot of people maybe don't realize how many wells have been drilled in Kansas here, but here we have a map of it. And here you have you know, all wireline logs in our library, archives of all the LAS files. So if you click on that archive of all the LAS files, here they have, you know, every LAS file for about the last 20 years. So you can literally download 20,000 plus files. You know, here with one click, 2,000 files, 1,500 files, 2,300 files. You know, so a ton of data here. And what makes this even more amazing is, you know, I'm going to go back. So boom, you can do that. You can download all that data. You know, but then you can also have this link here, which, you know, allows you to download you know, all the associated data with it. You know, they have land grid data. And then if we come over here to their PetroDB, which is where I got to that page from, you know, they've got core data. So you've got core as well as images of the core. You've got a list of all the LAS files, so you can use that to do some searching. They've even got all the TOPS data, things like that. So literally everything you need to do an incredibly thorough study you can get from this one site, and that's it's the Kansas Geological Survey, which is ran by the University of Kansas. And just search for their PetroDB tool and this will come up. But you know, here, if we just go through this one page, because I just want you to not feel like getting data is overwhelming. So here we have a master list of all the wells and whether or not they have LAS data, cuttings, core, scans, tops, etc. This link right here, you can get all of the LAS files available. Here you can get their core library, so you can start doing a core calibrate analysis. Oh, you don't want to pick TOPS yourself? Well, they have TOPS data available for you in a spreadsheet download that you can get. You know, and so it's just an amazing amount of data. Then you can go download land grids. You know, you can download production data. You can download test data. It is really an amazing source. And if you're trying to put together a project, you know, and you don't know where to start, I would strongly encourage you to come here because you can just get such an amazing amount of high quality, well curated data that's very well organized. Check out these data sources. Anyhow, there is a lot of data here. I strongly encourage you to check out the Kansas Geological Survey as well as many of the other geological surveys in the US. The UK has excellent databases, Norway, Australia, lots of open source data, both well logs, seismic, TOPS data set, cores. It's all out there. You just have to do a little bit of Googling to find it. So don't be afraid to do a little bit of research on your own. That is part of the job of every geoscientist out there, is being able to go out and do research. And that's part of the competition too. You know, we had initially thought about just giving you data to work on, but you know, we wanted you to be able to go out and you know, have the full experience, and part of that means, you know, finding your own data. I know many of you think, you know, when you're at a big company, you know, you're just going to talk to your data tech or the database person and say, hey, I need some log data, and sometimes that is what you do, or maybe you go to a big vendor and you buy the data. But why go out and buy the data, you know, at $25, $50, $100 a well, when you can go download a lot of it for free yourself, you know, so you can save your company a lot of money. And you know, in times like this when the oil price is low, we all need to be doing everything we can to you know, to kind of trim costs, and going out and getting your own data and preparing it yourself as opposed to going to a vendor is always a critical skill to have. Okay, I hope this video was useful to you, and I hope it helps you get up and running on the competition as best as possible. And we'll have some more videos coming out soon. Thanks. Bye.